Hello everybody, welcome. It is another rainy night here in Orlando, Florida. So we are going to be headed to the Florida Mall today. It's a little bit different episode. We're not going to a theme park. We want to head to the Florida Mall because we've got a few things that we're trying to find. Candy needs a new bathing suit, and it's raining. So let's head out and check out this enormous mall. So I absolutely love the Florida Mall. It is one of the best malls in all the United States. It is definitely a huge, enormous mall. It has almost 300 stores in the actual property. It's like almost 2 million square feet in footage of store space. Now there is another mall that's nearby that's more for upscale shopping, which is called the Mall at Millenia. The Florida Mall is more of sort of an entertainment mall. It's got tons of different shopping. It's more of your normal day-to-day mall. And it's only minutes from Disney World. So if you're looking for sort of a mall to go to, a little bit of a tourist attraction, the Florida Mall is definitely the best one around. It is one of the largest malls in all the United States. It is the biggest mall in Central Florida. And it's just a great place to hang out. Even when we would come down here on vacation for trips, we would always at least make one trip to the Florida Mall. We'd usually make one trip to the Florida Mall, one trip to the Mall at Millenia, just because they're totally different experiences. You will get lost in the Florida Mall. It is literally that big. The mall is so big that there are actually two of some of the stores. So on one end of the mall, there will be a store, and then a little bit later, you'll see another one of that exact same store, and you're like, wait a minute, did we just walk in a circle, or did we pass is there two stores? There's actually two stores. That's how big this mall is. So like I said, it's kind of a tourist attraction. We go just for fun, also for shopping, obviously. So if you need something like a bathing suit, which Candy's been trying to find, or maybe you want to grab a bite to eat, there's plenty of places to eat there. And we are here. Let's head on inside. Now, I will tell you, the parking situation in the parking lot at the Florida Mall is humongous. Not only will you get lost inside the mall, you will get lost outside of the mall, just trying to get inside the mall, because it is so humongous. The parking is odd. So where I end up actually parking usually is one of two places. This is my preferred parking spot, right here in front of Dick's, which is actually in the back of the mall. So if you go all the way around to the back of the mall, you'll come to Dick's. And the reason I like to park here is because I always get an extremely close parking spot because there's never anybody in here. And I walk just right in, and then we're inside Dick's. And we are out into the mall. There's a nice little playground area here for the kids. There's the Crayola Experience over there. So there's a ton here, but I like that particular parking lot because you get into the mall really quickly. We don't have to fight for a parking spot. It's just really easy to get in and out of. My second preferred parking location is out there in front of American Girl. That area, there's sort of an outdoor mall section to this mall. There's a lot of good stores right there, but it is the outdoor section. So like it's raining right now, so it's not a place that I would want to park, but there are a lot of good stores and it's a good entry point into the mall as well. But it's also usually really hard to find a parking spot there. So you end up parking really far away, or you're like fighting and literally having to wait for a parking spot. That's just not my bag. So right here by Dick's, going in that way, definitely the way to go. The only bad thing about parking there is if you're not out by the time Dick's closes, like if the mall closes, you have to walk all the way around to get to your car because you can't go straight through Dick's. So, word of warning. All right, so we finally got to the end of this first branch here. And we can go left or we can go right. I say we go right. This is one of many Auntie Annes in the... Oh, and then there's a cookie store right here too. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want one of those cookies. Oh, look at that. Oh man, now that's the right amount of icing for my cookie. Yum. There's a Build-A-Bear here. Now the thing is there, like I said, there are tons of duplicate stores in here. Auntie Anne's, I think there's like 3. There's at least 2, if not 3, if not 4 Auntie Anne's in this mall. So don't worry if you're not quite ready for a pretzel when you get to this Auntie Anne's. There are more to come. Pretty much every store you can imagine they have here. I don't know of any stores that you might want to come to that they don't have. Like I said, at the mall at Millennia, they have a lot more upscale stores. Like some of the fashion boutiques and things are going to be a little bit higher end. Some of the stores that you might not see in a typical mall are going to be present in Mall at Millennia. But it's also, like I said, it's pretty bougie. So also very expensive stores. So if you're looking for more like down-to-earth, normal mall, like what maybe you'd find back home where you live, this is the better place to come because they're going to have all the sort of standard stores that you would find everywhere else. And then plus some surprises. They have some really good stores here as well that you won't find anywhere else that are expensive or reasonably priced. Just depends. But they have a ton to choose from. There's there's like 294 or something, almost 300 different stores in this place. As I said, we are here to find a bathing suit for Candy because we actually went to Everything But Water in Disney Springs. And she found a bathing suit that she really liked, but they didn't have the perfect size. And I feel like they're a little bit pricey, some of the bathing suits in there. Not like overly expensive, I mean, they're very quality, so they're just a little more expensive. And so it wasn't quite the right fit, so she ended up not getting it because I'm like, don't pay that money if it doesn't fit perfectly. Decided there's other Everything But Water, so we decided to come to the mall where there's another one. Maybe they'll actually have the bathing suit that she liked there at that particular location. Plus, today's a good day for it because it was raining. So we're like, okay, well, let's do the mall. Let's go to the mall and see if they got it because it's a perfect day for it. Well, we gave up trying to find Everything But Water and decided to use this interactive kiosk here. If our spelling would work, we could probably get it done. Water. It's a nice mall, really. I mean, it has a ton of stuff. Oh, there's my favorite section, the dining pavilion. I'll take a look at that in a minute. And yes, everybody, that is another Auntie Annes. That is not the same one. That is a totally different Auntie Annes. I think we're going to go this way. By the way, I'm already lost. Like, have literally been to this mall 100 times. And I'm completely lost, and oh my goodness, that just distracted me how good that smelled. That smells so good. It's one of those places that makes those like roasted, like cinnamon glazed walnuts and almonds and stuff. And they're literally making them fresh. And it's making me very hungry. Okay, well, we couldn't find Everything But Water. We've been walking around trying to find it. And so I finally looked it up on Google Maps. Everything But Water says that it's here. It says it's right next to the Apple store, which was right back here. And I see the Apple store. I see Everything But Water. And all I see next to the Apple store is an exit. And then some sort of Joy store. Joy. Apple. Apple. Joy. I mean, huh? Yeah. Okay, well, that does not bode well. Well, I guess I probably should have paid a little bit more attention because once I clicked on Everything But the Water on the map, permanently closed. Wow. Now, supposedly there is one at the mall at Millennia, so I guess we're going to have to go over there another day. What a bust. Can't believe it. Wow, we really fumbled the bag on this one. So I guess we're going to have to call an audible and do something else while we're here. Because the whole point for coming here was a bust. Check out the surf style jackets. Anybody else have this jacket? Anybody else remember these surf style jackets back in the day? Man, these were hip when I was growing up. By the way, I had this jacket. I had a couple of different colors of it. And not only that, I have one today back at my house.
we were in Clearwater, Florida, not too long ago, maybe like 2 years ago, and I saw they were selling those exact jackets. They like brought them back, and they were selling them. This like neoprene, I don't even know what that stuff is. I don't know what it is, but it glistens, it glitters, it's so shiny. It's kind of weird and lame and very whatever, but I bought it. I had to have it because I didn't have, I grew up with them, wore them. They went out of style after like a week. And I was like, you know what? It's so retro. I have so much nostalgia for it. I had to buy one, so I now have one again. I'll have to put it on someday and show you. Yes, that is a Tesla store that they have in here at the Florida Mall. So if you're interested in picking up a Tesla, going in, customizing, ordering your own Tesla, you can do it here at this mall. So this is a chocolatier here. This is proudly made in the Swiss Alps that they have right here. Look at all that delicious chocolate. Yum. They actually have a lot of these like chocolate type stores here in this space. Let's head down to the dining pavilion because they actually have something here that I want to show that I almost always have to stop at whenever we come to this mall. They have a lot of different places to eat here that you would get at most of the other, most malls like Charlie's, and they do have a Sbarro down there, Taco Bell, a couple of Asian places. So there's a pretty good amount of places to grab some food here. But there's actually a really interesting cantina down here, which is not what I want to show, but I will mention it because it's kind of a cool concept. Okay, the place I wanted to show is right behind me. I almost always stop here when I come. If you're familiar with Cake Boss, there is a Carlo's Bake Shop in Times Square, right off of Times Square in New York City. It's very famous. Cake Boss is also a show. If you're familiar with it, they have an actual Carlo's Bake Shop in this mall. So you can actually get a lot of the delicious treats and things that they're famous for right here at the Florida Mall. So if you ever wanted to go to the Cake Boss restaurant, or I just call it a dessert shop, you can go to it right here. Hanging out with Buddy right here, the Cake Boss himself. So if you've never met Buddy, here he is right here. What's up, man? How's it going? Check out all these cool cakes that they have right here. They have a Stranger Things cake, a Fortnite cake. Ooh, they even have like an Encanto cake. But check out these awesome huge cake slices. Oh man, they look so good. That carrot cake, oh man, it looks so good. There's the whole cakes right there that you can get. I'm gonna show my favorite one here in a minute. Oh, look at all these treats. I'm getting so hungry now. I gotta pick one of these up. Look at all these delicious looking cannolis. Oh man. They literally just have it all right here. Some delicious cookies. There's the famous black and white cookie, very popular in New York City, if you're not familiar. I've actually never had one of their cupcakes. I probably should try one because I measure all cupcakes against my own. Okay, I gotta get some of this. Okay, here we go. I just got some treats. I'm so excited. Oh, yeah! Oatmeal raisin. Finally, I get to get an oatmeal raisin cookie. We've been eating cookies for months and months and months. All anybody ever has is chocolate chip cookies, weird, crazy peanut butter cookies, chocolate, triple chocolate, double chocolate, triple chocolate, double stamped mint chocolate cookies. I just want an oatmeal raisin cookie. Oatmeal raisin, that's all I want. And here it is from Carlo's Bakery. Smells so good. Let's rip into it. I mean, it's one of the best oatmeal raisin cookies I've ever had in my life. I mean, there's so many raisins in it. You see how like soft it is? It's like falling apart almost. It's so soft, but it's got a nice crispiness to it. There's like a crispy edge to it. And then it's just kind of nice and soft in the middle. It's got a great like oat and like almost brown sugar and oat flavor to it. And then just those raisins, the number of raisins in there just brings it home. I mean, look at all those. Look at this. You see all those? I mean, this thing is packed with raisins. I cannot say enough good things. This is such a great oatmeal raisin cookie. It is a lot. Every time I come to Carlo's, every time I come to the Florida Mall, I have to stop at Carlo's. They have so many good things. But wait, there's more. Check it out. Oh yeah. Carlo's world famous, patented, delicious carrot cake. Oh man, it looks so good too. I absolutely love carrot cake. It's one of my favorite cakes. I absolutely love it. I cannot say enough good things about carrot cake. This thing looks so good. I see hunks of carrot in here. Oh man, there's a good amount of icing too. That I'm guessing that's that delicious cheesecake. I mean cream cheese icing. Look at that. You see how fluffy that is? Look at that. Oh man, look at that. I mean, man, is it good. I gotta get another rip. That is such good carrot cake. Sometimes I get carrot cakes and they're very dense. This one's very light and fluffy. And that cream cheese frosting is so it's very light. It's got this nice cold cream cheese icing in between the layers of the cake, and the cake is nice and fluffy. Now, the other good thing about the cake is that it doesn't have any nuts in it, it doesn't have any raisins in it. Now, me personally, I prefer nuts and or raisins in my carrot cake. So that would be what I would say could kick this up even another notch. But for people who don't like nuts or raisins in their carrot cake, this is probably the perfect carrot cake because it is so good. It's got a great carrot flavor, lots of sweetness to it. It's not dense. I love it. It's so good. And overall, between the piece of cake and the cookie, I was out the door for $10. I mean, that's not bad at all. I think the cookie was like $3 something. The cake was like $6, $7, $8 maybe. Not too bad. I can't say enough. I love Carlo's Bakery. I've been to Carlo's Bakery in New York City, Times Square right there, and they have so many delicious things, but there's also a huge line of people always waiting to get in. A lot of times you have to take a ticket and then come back later. Here, you just walk right up, you go inside, you get it, and you're out. Now, they don't have as big of a selection here as they have at the one in New York, but you don't have to wait. So it is delicious, and it's right here in Orlando. So if you're around the area, you should stop at this mall and try out Carlo's. This is one of the places I wanted to stop and talk about too. It's called Steak Up. It's a Brazilian fast casual restaurant. Kind of like, Chipotle style restaurant. You go up and you basically choose your protein, you choose what else you want on your plate. They've got pastas, salads. But it's crazy to me because it's basically cooked to order proteins. So they'll actually make like Brazilian style, like your steak. You choose what kind of steak you want, you choose how you want it done, and they'll actually cook it right there. They've got ribeye, New York strip, they got chicken breast, filet mignon, all sorts of stuff, and you can get different sides with that. It's just a really cool concept. A Brazilian style fast casual restaurant. I think that's pretty neat. Okay, 3 hours later, we finally made it to the center area of the mall. Whew. Man, this is a lot of walking and a lot of stuff. And we finally made it to the middle. This is the middle of the mall. We still got a whole other multiple directions of mall to travel to see. We're not going to get it all in this video. I'm just going to tell you that now. We're not getting the whole mall. We'll hit a couple of spots. It's kind of cool in here. And they're actually right now they're playing music from The Greatest Showman, which is probably one of the greatest musical movies of all time. I don't care what anybody says. I have seen it at least 1,000 times, know every word to every song. Do not argue with me on this topic because you will lose, I promise you. One of the greatest musicals of all time. I love Hugh Jackman. So good. Zendaya, we actually met Zendaya in person in New York City at a gala. Got hugs with her, photos, everything. It was a lot of fun. She's a very, very nice sweetheart. She's a great person. And I am not even joking, way down there, I see another Auntie Annes. That is the third one. I'm telling you, they're everywhere. They have this cool sushi place right here, though. I wanted to show. It's called Sushi Yummy. And check it out. Hey, how's it going? I mean, check this place out. It's one of these like conveyor belt things. It's funny because I've seen them say a conveyor belt sushi place is coming to Florida in Orlando area. I'm like, we've had one for a long time, and it's right here in this mall. And they have all these small plates, just like all, you know, basically they have, each plate has a color to it. So you can see the different colors of the plate. There's like blue, pink, etc. And then based on the color is the pricing right there. So you get like $3.50 for the pinkish purple, all the way up to $6 for the red. You basically just pull them off that conveyor belt, eat them. Once you're done, they check to see what plates you have, how many of them you have, and then you pay. This is totally cool. This is such a cool spot. We finally made it down to the other end of the store, and they have Carbon here, which I actually really like this store. They have a lot of cool stuff in this particular store. Great jeans. I mean, it's a little bit expensive in here, but they have such cool stuff that you don't really find anywhere else. Like a lot of the different stores. It's kind of unique. It's a really cool store. I mean, just like look at these pants right here. These pants are so cool. I mean, that's really like the vibe. They got like zippers on the bottom there. I mean, these are like ultra skinny leg versions of them, but I mean, they do have some really neat stuff, different cuts. They do have some women's merch in here too, but it's just a really good place. And they have a lot of stores like that here that are kind of stores that are either from other countries, source their clothing from other countries, styles from other cultures and countries, which I think is really cool. I just really like the fact that they have like all the sort of normal American stores here, but then they have a bunch of unique stores that have different clothings from different styles and cultures and countries. It's just a really great place to get all that in one spot. Here's the outdoor section. Oh, it's still raining slightly though. Only slightly right now. They have some good stores here in the outdoor section as well. They got H&M. They got this place called Steps New York, which has some pretty cool stuff in it. It's not that expensive. I don't know that it's the highest end clothing as far as like materials and things like that, but they have some cool styles there. And then they have Zara, which, you know, is a pretty popular store if you're not familiar with it. I mean, most people probably are. And then they have a Forever 21, which is like a huge Forever 21 here too. American Girl down there. So there's a nice little outdoor section. I mean, there's not like a ton of stores in the outdoor section. There's a good amount. One of the other things about this mall is it has an actual hotel inside the mall. So it's actually attached. I mean, not inside, but it's basically attached to the mall. So if you're coming here to stay, want to stay the night for some reason, you can stay at the hotel, and there's a Chick-fil-A right there and a Starbucks. All right, so there you have it, folks. That's a little bit about the Florida Mall. A lot of fun. We have come full circle. We're back outside now. The rain's still going a little bit, but not too bad. So I hope you've enjoyed this little sort of walkthrough and tour of the Florida Mall. There's a lot of stuff to offer. Like I said, if you're here in the area and you're thinking about coming down and you just want to do a quick, it's like a nice little free half-day trip to actually go to the mall, hang out, grab some food maybe, do a little shopping. It's a good place to get souvenirs as well. So we usually like to do it. I'll probably do Mall at the Millennia coming up as well. If you're interested in more of the high-end stores, it's a really nice area. It's a little bougier, so we'll do that as well. So thanks for joining us. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. Be sure to subscribe, like, share, comment below. Until we see you tomorrow, the noble way is the easy way.